Sup Girlies. Thank you so much for watching my unpopular opinion video. I wasn't expecting that many of you to actually watch it, so I appreciate it. Some of you girlies wanted to square up cause I called Together boring. So here I'm ready to square up. A couple of you commented asking for an updated opinion, and as I mentioned I was hoping for my opinion to change, which I will admit, it has. So let's address the elephant in the room. I stand by my opinion up to episode 5 to 6, prior to that I have had a hard time keeping up with the series. So for starters, what works in Together the series? I actually enjoy that they haven't gotten together or even considered the idea of doing so until episode 7. Seeing them, or rather Tyne, growing to like Sarawat was actually really nice and one of the things that have kept me watching the series. I still believe Sarawat should have gone for someone that was actually gay, and as this progresses it seems to become more apparent that this will be an I only like him no other man type of nonsense series, which I am personally not a fan of in the least. Having said so, I might be mistaken and Sarawat might be a pansexual and Tyne a bisexual. What I also like is the cinematography. I tend to prefer soft and dreamy cinematographic series like Make Our Days Count, and Until We Meet Again. Bitch, all those pretty shots with flared lights and soft aesthetics and everything. Living Together he series is actually amongst the best shot BL series currently airing. The coloring is nice, the lighting is good even in dark ambiances, audio is good. This is a solid series and I appreciate that, especially when I'm bouncing between this and Dasara, no shade, but I will get into that in another video. They're friends, they are also nice and supportive and I love to see it. Tyne friends are way too straight for me, no tea no shade. But Sarawat's friends, or at least the one we get to see for more than 2 minutes, is so nice and supportive, a little teasing cunt. Also, he should reconsider how discreet he think he is, but all in all here for it. But guess what time it is? Time. So this is what isn't working for me. The pacing. Personally, I felt that the first half of the plot wasn't intricate enough for the pacing of the series. The series only focused on Tyne and Sarawat's storyline and there wasn't much there to keep me entertained. I love that we took our time to arrive at this point, but could we have maybe used more time to expand on other topics of interest? Like what if instead of some of the unnecessary scenes, they delved deeper into Tyne trying to come to terms with his emotions even though he was so damn into the little missy at the guitar group? Could we get maybe a moment when he stops and thinks why he is growing open to the idea of seeing Sarawat as more than a friend but not green? Why is he getting jealous? Like I would have loved a moment where Tyne just stopped and thought about how he just burped out that he was jealous, or Sarawat questioning him on that matter, or anything on that matter. I get it, this is not some deep analytical series, you are supposed to watch it and feel good and that's it, but I feel that this would have added to the characters. They could have been made it in a way that is funny and entertaining to watch but still dealt with. Cause also, unless they plan to somehow wrap it properly with the missy at the music group, it makes her appear more of a prop than she needed to be. Now listen, I have grown to like Tyne. He is funny at times and actually pretty cute, which I didn't see at first. Having said so, my initial opinion was that I thought and hikey still think he is a little entitled bitch, and I stand by what I said in my first video. But that is not the issue, but rather them, both Tyne and Sarawat as characters. Listen, I need more insight on Sarawat. He is growing as a character and he is starting to become more and more interesting. He is a smart bitch and is funny. He has questionable behavior but it is what it is. He is no thorn.
Yup.
But baby, when the series started he was dry, like dessert dry. There wasn't much to him and that made it hard for me to follow along. Tyne, on the other hand, has flavor, but he is like lemons, fucking annoying until you put some sugar into it. And thank God they are. He is actually cute and adorable and funny at times, but at the start of the series I didn't find funny a lot of the moments they wanted us to find funny. His silhouette was catchy but not hilarious, his frustration was entertaining until you realize he is doing the absolute most to get rid of someone you could have to sit down and explain how you have no interest in them sincerely. Is not like he lacks sincerity, in fact, that's what I like the most of Tyne, he can be very sincere. Then again Green was using him so yeah probably wouldn't have worked. Lastly the acting.
Come here, pussy. Come on. Get the fuck out of my goddamn.
Listen, they are doing amazing, but to this day I can't take their chemistry seriously. I'm not asking for no Tharn type or Dean Farm type of chemistry, but please give me at least more of a Corn-in type of chemistry. It's just not doing it for me. I see them slip out from time to time and it's a little weird for me to watch. The concert was the moment I saw it most, but even in between, it happens a good amount of time. They look amazing while being buddies, but as soon as the romantic part comes in, it just doesn't really happen for me. Additionally, I love Bright. That bitch is fine and will become the IT boy of the month of the year, although I am planning to fight you all cause you should all be sucking on Gnomestick and making him boy of the year, but if Bright does his little squint one more time I will lose it. Having said all of this, I'm actually looking forward to the next episode. How will Tyne adjust to having a boyfriend / dating a man? Will Sarawatt's brother get his man? Will we get a Green and a sad hat moment? The series is finally catching up the pace and having multiple things to look forward, so I'm curious to see and on board for the next 6 episodes. So lastly, is Together boring? Yes and no. For me, up to episode 4 is boring. Up to that point, the pacing is slow and nothing else aside the two of them is actually happening, but after that, the story becomes more intricate and interesting, there is more happening, there are new characters, side stories and just more things to look forward to. Thus I look forward to seeing what else is coming. Well girlies, let me know in the comments below which points made you want to fight me and let's set a place and time. See you in my next video. Bye.
Swap